and take a piece of that salmon. Oh, goodness, I don't want to break it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be making a delicious one-pot salmon with some delicious asparagus. So to make this, you are going to be needing 2 teaspoons of garlic, and I have some butter I'll be using. I also have some herb butter. I do have a video on this channel showing you guys how to make herb butter. I also have 2 tablespoons of Epis or the green seasoning. I do have a video of this as well. Check the card that just came up. Some fresh parsley, and I have 1 lemon, and I have about 2.5 pounds of salmon. This was the long one that I bought, and I just cut it up myself. I did, however, cleaned it with some lime. I took a piece of lime and rub it all over and rinse it under some cold water and kind of use the paper towel to kind of pat it dry. And I will be using some chicken broth, and I have salt and pepper to taste. I'll be adding some lemon pepper, Old Bay seasoning, Slap Your Mama seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, and crushed red pepper and paprika. And this is the asparagus I will be using. So don't forget to check the description box where I will list the exact measurements I use in this recipe. So let's get cooking, guys. First thing we are going to do is put that salmon in a bowl, and I am going to take some of that lemon juice. That's half of that lemon. Make sure the seeds are not in there. I seen one fell down here. One thing I did not mention was a little bit of olive oil, not too much at all, just 1 teaspoon. I just wanted to hold everything together. And as far as the dry herbs, I did went ahead and grab 1 tablespoon of each of the herbs and mix them together, or dry seasonings, and just mix everything up together, okay? And I am going to grab my Haitian Epis and spread that. You guys, when I tell you I use Epis on everything, I seriously do. I know I said this in every videos. It's because it's true. So get you on that Epis game. If you have not, you can use it to cook rice, steaks, whatever you really want, okay? So get yourself some Epis made. You can freeze it. So get you on that Epis game, guys. I'm going to use about a good 1.5 tablespoons. This is a half tablespoon, so I use 3. And I am going to be using a little bit of black pepper. I'm saving the rest of the seasoning to make that sauce, and a little bit of salt, not too much, because some of them do have salt in there, and we are going to just massage the salmon. Okay, of course I removed the scales and everything, but I'm sure you guys know how to do that. I actually use my vegetable peeler to remove the scale, and that was pretty easy. I might show you guys how to do it in my Creole channel. So if you haven't subscribed to my Creole channel, go ahead and do so. The link will be down below for that channel. Just make sure you rub that a piece really nice on every piece of our salmon, and we are going to let this marinate for at least 30 minutes. If you have longer, go ahead and leave it for longer, but at least 30 minutes, okay? I'm using an iron skillet. I have my stove set to about medium. I had it on medium high, but I turned it down to about medium because my skillet was getting nice and hot. So go ahead and put some olive oil to your skillet and kind of move it around so the bottom can be coated evenly. And now I am going to take that salmon and I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. And I am going to place it with the skin down first. I just wanted to have a nice sear before we add it to the sauce. Excuse me. Seems like I almost choked a little bit, but I'm not even eating anything. So I don't know what that's about. I'm using a larger iron skillet because I want to place all of my salmon in there at once. Kind of scoot them over. I have one big one left. I might have to push these guys and make some room for her. Okay, and I am going to allow them to cook like 4 minutes before I flip them to the other side to cook for another 4 minutes. Now I'm going to remove them. Try not to break them. You don't want them to be darkened because we are not making darkened or blackened salmon. That's a whole different recipe. Just carefully move them to the side. Oh, it's so hard not to break salmon sometimes. They are so fragile. So now I am going to add a little more olive oil, not too much, to that pan. And I am going to add that garlic. Everything seems like it's moving so fast. I don't want everything to burn. Just saute that garlic. Scrape all that bottom off that pan. But we don't want to burn the garlic. And now I'm going to deglaze that pan with that chicken stock. So about a cup of that. I didn't use the whole can. Okay. And now I am going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes before I start adding any of that those seasoning in there. But I'm just kind of scraping the bottom of the pan to bring up all that deliciousness from our salmon. Now you want to go ahead and put that lemon juice. I squeezed that half a lemon. It gave me about 1/8 of a cup. And stir it. And now this is where we are going to add that herb butter. And I am using about 5 tablespoons of that butter. I did not use the whole stick. This is going to make it nice and glossy looking, and also gonna give it some great flavor. And by the way, if you don't want to use chicken stock, you can use wine. You can use white wine if you'd like instead of that chicken stock. And now I am going to add those seasoning. Remember, I'm using half a tablespoon here, so this is 1 tablespoon, tablespoon and a half. Let's make sure we taste before we just dump it all in. Oh yeah, definitely coming together. And I am going to add those red pepper flakes. Let me open it up because I don't want this to take forever. Ooh, I don't want to put too much either. How about this much here? If this is your first time watching our video, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we upload. Thank you so much. And also don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. All links will be down in the description box for you guys to check us out. So now I am going to let this simmer for just 2 minutes before we add the asparagus to it. So now I'm going to take the asparagus. They are already cleaned. And the skinnier your asparagus, the better, because obviously they will cook faster. But if you have like the bigger size asparagus, you want to make sure you kind of boil them for 5 to 8 minutes. And you are going to blanch them in some cold water to stop the cooking before you move on to this part. But mine are not really big, so I know they will be cooked during this process. So I'm going to allow them to cook for a good 5 to 8 minutes. Now I am going to add some of that parsley. You guys gotta check me sometimes. I be forgetting to add things that I set to add to my recipes. Y'all gotta check me sometimes, man. All right, so now we are going to bring back our salmon to the party. You guys, this is so delicious. My husband is so lucky. He just don't understand how lucky he is. This is going to be his lunch for today. He does understand how lucky he is. He appreciates me very much. Just so we are clear. Oh, that sauce is so delicious. That Epis, you guys, is everything. I hope I have enough room to add these. And I love cooking my asparagus in that sauce. And I will make this recipe for the Creole channel. Si nap suiv mwen se Creole nou pale, map fè recette sa sou channel Creole la tou. Bon mon ti tan. Patience, okay? That was for my Haitian peeps, because I know they be wanting the same recipe in that channel. So you guys know I don't like to leave anyone behind. So now let me grab a spoon real quick. Give me 1 second here, because I need a spoon to kind of scoop that liquid. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Lamise, what is you doing, girl? This should be illegal. It's so good. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we are going to let that simmer a little bit for about 5 minutes, just so that delicious sauce can get into that salmon. This is why it's important to season your salmon with the same spices or herbs, because it will be pre-seasoned basically for you by the time it hit the pot to this delicious sauce. Y'all see this? Oh goodness. Anyhow, let it cook for another 5 to 10 minutes just so our asparagus can be nice and delicious with that sauce, and that they can be nice and tender as well. My goodness, seriously, this should be illegal, y'all. I will see you guys shortly. My salmon is pretty much done. Now it's time to plate. I made some wild rice, so now I am going to take my asparagus. Listen, if you guys want to know one thing about one of my favorite vegetables, know that it is asparagus. I love me some asparagus, you guys. So I am just going to plate the asparagus just like this and take a piece of that salmon. Oh, goodness, I don't want to break it. So carefully take a piece of that salmon and place it just like this, okay? And serve this to somebody you really, really love besides yourself. And let me tell you, they will appreciate you so much. Take a piece of that lemon and just put it next to it. You can sprinkle some fresh parsley on top as well, and you got yourself a delicious meal. And this will take us to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely share this video with somebody you love or just a friend and family in general. And please don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this recipe. If you tried it, I recommend that you try this recipe. And also give this video big thumbs up. Let's get this video to 200 likes So I know you guys really appreciate it. Otherwise, continue to stay safe, protect yourself. I love you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.